Did you know that the poorest country in the world is a place where a pair of shoes can be considered a symbol of wealth? That's right. We're talking about Burundi, a small nation in the heart of Africa, where extreme poverty is not just a reality, but a way of life for the vast majority of the population. But what is it like to live in a place like that? How do you survive when the basics are so hard to come by? And the most curious thing is, what would you do if you lived in a place where even the simplest things, like shoes, are a luxury that few can afford? Stay here with me, because today we're going to understand what life is like in Burundi and how people somehow manage to keep hope alive in such a challenging place. If you're not subscribed to the Moral of the Mind channel yet, go ahead and subscribe. Now, go ahead and give this video a like and share it so that more people can discover this reality. Let's go! Let's start this journey. Burundi is considered the poorest country in the world, and the numbers speak for themselves. With an economy that mainly relies on agriculture and still faces significant challenges due to a lack of infrastructure, the country has a per capita gross domestic product, GDP, of less than $300, one of the lowest on the planet. To give you an idea of what this means, while in countries like the United States, the average per capita GDP exceeds $70,000. In Burundi, that number is a fraction of that. Most of the population lives on less than $1 a day, which puts into perspective the harsh reality that Burundians are immersed in. In addition, the unemployment rate is extremely high, and the per capita income is insufficient to cover basic needs like food, health, and education. With a life expectancy below 60 years and a significant illiteracy rate, it's easy to see how economic development has been a major challenge for the country. But how is it possible to live in a place like that? How does the population find the strength to keep going? Let's explore the reality of those living in this extreme poverty scenario. Have you ever stopped to think that while many of us complain about small annoyances, there are people who struggle every day just to survive? Comments from those who watched documentaries about this reality tell us that the impact is devastating. It was a huge wake-up call. I felt rich. Seeing this situation, I will never complain about what I don't have again. These reactions are not just words. They are a call for us to value what we have, no matter how small it may seem, and to learn from the resilience of a people who, even in the face of so much adversity, manage to keep a smile on their faces. Burundi is a small country in terms of territory, but with a very high population density, extremely high. More than 10 million people live in an area that could be compared to a small state or even countries in size. Modest. This concentration causes resources to be contested with an almost insane intensity, further exacerbating the challenges of survival. Just imagine, in a place where every penny counts, even acquiring a bicycle, which could be the first step toward a better life, becomes an unbelievable luxury. For many, this achievement would mean saving their entire salary for months, in a daily struggle against time and hardship. But don't think that Burundi is just a grim picture of difficulties. Behind every alarming statistic, there are stories of creativity and resilience that teach us powerful lessons. Amid the lack of resources, ingenious solutions emerge, like the bottle light. Plastic bottles filled with water and chlorine are used to refract sunlight and illuminate spaces. A true demonstration of how adversity can spark inventiveness. And, believe it or not, even while living in such extreme conditions, the people of Burundi manage to find reasons to smile and celebrate the small victories of everyday life. You, who already live with the comforts that many can only dream of, will realize that this reality is an invitation to reflect. While many complain about trivial details, the Burundian people teach us that every achievement, no matter how small, is a reason to celebrate. This contrast between the excess and waste of some and the constant struggle for survival of others reminds us that true wealth lies in the ability to adapt, to find hope, even in the toughest moments. Throughout this series, we will uncover the mysteries and contradictions of a country that, despite being marked by extreme poverty, reveals a rich culture, unique traditions, and a spirit of resilience that defies the laws of emotional gravity. If you think you've seen it all, stay tuned. What comes next will surprise you, move you, and above all, make you rethink the meaning of value and wealth in life. While the country stands out for its daily challenges, an ancestral tradition known as tiasa shows us that, even in the most extreme moments, the pursuit of pleasure and human connection can flourish. In Burundi, tiasa is not just a physical act. It's a celebration of female pleasure and a ritual that spans generations, filled with symbolism and meaning. Imagine a society that values intimacy and satisfaction as the foundations for a healthy relationship, where the act of giving and receiving pleasure is seen as a way to strengthen bonds and perpetuate life. This practice, which contributes to the country's high fertility rates, invites us to reflect. Could the appreciation of pleasure be the key to transforming even the most adverse conditions? In moments of deep connection and hope, it's curious to think that, even while living under the weight of extreme poverty, the Burundians find in tiasa a space for communication, mutual respect, and, above all, the celebration of life. But the complex reality of Burundi is not only about intimacy and tradition. In the midst of the daily struggle for survival, nature shows its most relentless side. Imagine if you came across a predator so formidable that its very existence became a local legend. This is the Goliath tigerfish. With its immense size, which can exceed 2 meters, and a jaw full of sharp teeth that defy any attempt to tame the beast, this predator symbolizes, in an almost mythical way, the constant struggle for survival. The waters of the majestic Lake Tanganyika, where the Goliath tigerfish inhabits. They are not just a backdrop of indescribable beauty, but also a battleground where life and death meet at every moment. There, the contrasting landscapes are revealed. On one side, the exuberance of a unique ecosystem, with its crystal-clear waters and surrounding mountains. On the other side, the harsh reality of a people who, even in the face of such natural beauty, must confront unimaginable challenges. In Burundi, where every achievement is celebrated with intensity, the resilience of the people is also expressed in their festive traditions. A banana, for example, is not just food. It's transformed into a craft beer known as arara. Sweet, slightly alcoholic, and rich in history. Arara is more than just a drink. It is a symbol of creativity and self-sufficiency that emerges even in such barren soils. It's proof that, even when everything seems lost, there's always a way to turn adversity into a reason to celebrate. And we can't forget to mention the contagious energy of the drums, whose rhythms resonate like the heartbeat of a nation that refuses to be brought down. The dance of the drums in Burundi is a vibrant spectacle that transcends generations, where men, with strength and precision, play handmade instruments. And with their synchronized movements, they tell the story of a people who, even while suffering from inequality and oppression, take pride in their cultural identity. These drums, which have crossed borders and received applause on international stages, symbolize unity and resilience. A powerful message for you, who often feels trapped in the routine and the problems of everyday life. However, the cultural beauty and the energy of the drums stand in stark contrast to a reality marked by glaring disparities. While a small urban elite enjoys some conveniences, the vast majority of Burundians face scarcity and precariousness in every aspect of life. In 2014, for example, the government had to take drastic measures, such as banning group races to curb political tensions and prevent protests from turning into rebellions. This tension, that reflects authoritarianism and a lack of freedom, fueling a cycle of stagnation that makes it difficult to create new opportunities for the majority. And if you who live a comfortable life have ever complained about small inconveniences, imagine the daily burden of those who have to fight to secure the basics for their family. But it is precisely in this contrast that the great lesson of Burundi lies. Human resilience can thrive even in the most inhospitable environments. Initiatives from international organizations and government projects, ranging from the expansion of electrification in rural areas to the implementation of innovative agricultural technologies, show that there is hope and a continuous effort to improve living conditions. And in the midst of all this, Burundians continue to smile, celebrate, and find reasons to dream of a better future. If you're following this narrative and feel that each word brings new knowledge, don't forget to subscribe. Down below, give that enthusiastic like and share this video with your friends. After all, it's in the union of minds and hearts that we can transform the world, even if we start with small actions. Throughout this series, we've explored a territory of extreme contrasts. In a place where precariousness is routine, every object and every tradition holds a value that transcends the material. In Burundi, where access to basic goods is so difficult that even a bicycle becomes a symbol of achievement, the daily struggle for survival blends with moments of pure celebration of life. This paradox makes us reflect. While many of us complain about small annoyances, Burundians, even in the face of almost unimaginable difficulties, find reasons to smile, come together, and even reinvent ways of living. The stories we know, from the ingenuity of solutions like the bottle light, which transforms scarcity into creativity, to the ritual of siasa, which celebrates pleasure and intimate bonds as instruments of family strengthening, are examples of how culture can flourish even in the most barren soils. In a society where every gesture of affection and every tradition carries a deep meaning, siasa is not just an act of intimacy, but a symbol of hope, where the pursuit of pleasure becomes a powerful means of resistance and renewal. Those who witness this reality, like the emotional comments from those who felt rich by witnessing the strength of these people, understand that there is no small complaint in a scenario where every achievement is experienced as a true miracle. And that's not all. Nature in Burundi asserts itself with a beauty and ferocity that remind us of the duality of existence. The majestic Lake Tanganyika, with its waters that harbor the feared Goliath tigerfish, is a reminder that even in adversity, there is a natural spectacle capable of inspiring respect and admiration. This river giant, with its destructive power, contrasts with the delicacy of the rituals and local culture, proving that for every threatening element, there is also a spark of art, tradition, and community. The waterfalls, the forests, and the drums, which echo like the heartbeat of the earth, create a mosaic of sensations that reflects the complex identity of a people who struggle to preserve their heritage while facing daily challenges. Experiencing the stories of Burundi forces us to look inward and reassess our priorities. Comments like, "I'll never complain about what I don't have again," or "It was a slap in the face that made me appreciate what I have," shows that this extreme reality has the power to transform our perception of what really matters in life. When the scarcity of resources forces people to find creative solutions and strengthen their community ties, we are invited to rethink, what does it mean to have a fulfilling life? After all, it's not material possessions that define the quality of our existence, but rather the ability to find joy in small achievements and to build strong relationships, even amidst chaos. Amidst the glaring inequality, where a small elite enjoys privileges while the majority faces the harsh reality of daily life, Burundi teaches us that true wealth lies in unity and perseverance. Electrification projects, initiatives for improving agricultural infrastructure, and support from international organizations show that there is a possible path for transformation, even if progress is slow and the challenges seem insurmountable. Every step taken to improve living conditions reflects not only a collective effort, but also the hope that a better future is possible, even when the winds of adversity blow hard. While the difficulties may seem overwhelming, they also create space for personal growth and the discovery of values that often go unnoticed in our comfortable routines. The journey of Burundi is an invitation for each of us to connect with the essence of life, recognizing that even in the face of scarcity, The ability to create, love, and endure is what truly defines our existence. So, if you felt moved by these stories and want to keep exploring realities that challenge the common view of prosperity, you know what to do. Subscribe to Moralmente, give us a like, and share this video with your friends. Thank you very much for joining us, and remember, the strength to change the world starts with valuing the small victories, and with the courage to look beyond what the eyes can see. See you in the next video, where we will continue to uncover the mysteries and lessons that the world has to offer. And don't forget, the true moral of the mind is to never stop dreaming and fighting for a better future.